Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to Worth Guitars. Welcome to the year 2022. That is a very cool thing, isn't it? We have lived to see the year 2022. I'm excited about that because there were times where I didn't think I would get there. You know what I mean? I got something to show you. Hold on. Let me reach over here and get it. I got it hanging from a hook. Look at this baby. Ice blue. This is coming along very nicely. I had to pause on the finishing stage because this is a white guitar with a, not white, but you know, that cool ice blue, which was very tricky to do, by the way. Maybe in the future we'll do a few videos on finishing. Finishing is, man, it's a big part of building guitars. If you ever want to build guitars, you ever want to work on guitars, finishing, man. I think that's probably the hardest part to me, is doing the finish. Anyway, what was I saying? I had to pause on the finish on this before we can get it done because I have to use a water slide on this. Water slide decal. Very similar to the way Fender does their headstocks. Hold on a minute. Let me set that baby right there. Let me grab something. So, if you were to look at a Fender guitar headstock and you see that, that's all a water slide decal. Okay? So, I'm going to be using something very similar to that on this guitar. Because it has the light headstock, we don't do the mother of pearl or abalone inlay like I would on other guitars where I use a rosewood head plate. This is obviously a maple head plate, and I don't have any dark inlay to put on that, so I'm going to use a cool gold water slide right there. And I had to pause because I had a sheet of gold water slide decals, but I want to try to use them, and I guess they've been sitting around for a while, and they've gotten to a point where they're so brittle I can't get them to lay down without ripping. And so I had to get some more made, and they're coming, and they should be here today. And when I get them, I'll show you how you put them on. They're pretty cool. They work good. But I just want to show you this and let you know that we're back. It's 2022. We're going to start doing some really cool builds. I got a very cool, what I call G-style, SG style coming up for a very good friend of mine. And that one's going to be really pretty. A beautiful quilted maple cap on that. What about the grain in this thing, man? Look at that. This thing doesn't know whether it's quilted or flame. It's just sick is what it is. Wow. Super, super, super cool. The crazy thing is Gary Hammond. This is Gary Hammond's guitar. Gary Hammond is a great friend of Worth Guitars and just all around good dude, great guitar player. He wanted this white glaze guitar. And I tried using a white glaze on there, and all I did was just cover the grain up. And you couldn't see the grain. Even if I sprayed clear lacquer over top of it, the grain got covered up. So I was like, man, that just isn't going to do it. And he wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with it. So he suggested, and it was a great idea, and I had actually tried it before, but I guess I sanded off too much of the finish. We put a very, very light blue haze of dye over top of it, and then it just made the grain go boom, and so there you go. And I call this ice blue, and it's very cool. We know how to do it now, so if you ever want that in the future, we got this. It was a matter of doing it, sanding it off, doing it again, sanding it off, doing it again. Yes, I did the finish on this guitar 3 times. But that's what we're willing to do to get it right. But look at that mahogany. Isn't that mahogany pretty? I'll tell you what, man, I love mahogany. It's probably one of my favorite woods of all time. I really love mahogany. I really love cherry. Cherry is so fun to work with, but you don't use it much in guitars. I don't know why. It's kind of a strange thing. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know why you don't use cherry. It seems like there should be some cherry guitars. I think we should make some cherry guitars, and I think I will. We'll use walnut, we'll use maple. How come cherry's not being used? I think I'm going to do, oh man, that would be great, a cherry, like Strat style guitar. That sounds like fun right there. All right, let me put this one up and I'll show you what else we got going on. Hold on. Remember the Celine. Our Celine that has the moon inlays, because Celine is the goddess of the moon. So this is our stock Celine guitar. This will always be what our Celines look like. 3x3 headstock, moon inlay, moon phase inlay. And of course the body could be whatever kind of wood you really like. This one in particular is basswood. Basswood is a great tone wood, and I've got the heel carved in. You see that? And that makes this guitar really comfortable to get up into the higher face melting. Get your thumb hooked on there. Can you see that? Thumb hooks right in there, and your hand lays down in there, and you can just shred until, you know, the people in the front row are asking you to stop. Please, please stop. So this baby is ready for finish. Almost. It needs a few fine sanding touches, but that's you know, that's a couple hours worth of work, and then it's ready for finish, essentially. And so what I would like to do, I think I'm going to do, I can't make up my mind, but I think what I'm going to do is a yellow or a amber color, light amber into green burst on this baby. It's a tough decision, because once you do it, it's hard to undo it. You know what I mean? But that's where we're at on this. So we have the G style coming up. We'll get started on that. Nice quilted maple top. Waiting for the maple to get here. I had to order a piece of quilted maple. My quilted maple is currently packed away in a pod somewhere in Virginia. I don't know where it is. I'm sure I can find it if I look for it. If I ask my wife, she knows where it is probably. So that's where we're at for today. We're kind of in a weird transition mode here, because we've sold our property where the shop currently is, my home, and we're now looking for a place. And we've had a couple of close calls, and we've had a couple of disappointments. And I thought I had a place, and then I lost the place. And man, I tell you what, this real estate game is tough. But we're trying to stay optimistic, and we're going to get a cool place. We're going to get a cool shop. So there may be some weird videos of us packing and moving in the future. So, all right, but that's okay. That's got to be done. So I just wanted to say, hey, welcome to 2022. Show you where we're at on the Single Cutaway build, where we're at on the Celine build. Let you know that we have a very cool classical guitar build coming up that I'm probably going to have to wait until I move into the new shop to get started on. I'm going to have to wait and see on that. Some of the tools that I use for building acoustic guitars were packed. I thought that I would be moved by now, and I'm not. Obviously, I'm still here in this great shop, which has been a great shop for us. You know, this is where it started, and we're still working here, and I love this place. And I thought that I could do better if I moved into a bigger place and I could get some better equipment and that type of thing. And you know, you take chances and you do what you got to do to try to improve yourself. And then you start having you start doubting yourself. You're like, well, maybe I should just stay. And then, man, it's an inner struggle you got to deal with. What should I do? How should I do it? But that's for another day. All right, I just wanted to say hey to you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for subscribing in 2021. Subscribe, hit the button, give us some comments, and, you know, hang out with us in 2022. I believe this is going to be a great year. If I could just get moved into the new shop, we're going to do that, all right? We'll see you soon. Please be sure to support all of your local businesses, those small family-owned businesses, especially because they really need your help. You know, the Walmarts and the giant chain stores, they're going to be okay. The little guys, support those little guys, all right? Your bars and your bands. Be sure to support your local musicians, man. They want to see your face into place, all right? It's good talking to you again. I hope life is treating you well. I'm going to get to work. I got things I got to do, all right? And we'll see you soon with some new builds and some new stuff going on, all right? Have a good one. We'll see you out there. Peace. Worth Guitars.